Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Naked Capitalism. September 18, 6:25 America, New York. Covax misses its 2021 delivery target. What's gone wrong in the fight against vaccine nationalism? Conversation. The latest supply forecast for Covax, the program for sharing COVID-19 vaccines around the world, suggests that accelerating vaccination in low-income countries looks unlikely. Naked Capitalism. September 18, 5:35 America, New York. U.S. urged to end drone strikes after Pentagon says killing 10 Afghan civilians was horrible mistake. That was not a mistake, said journalist Anand Giridharadas. War crimes are not oopsies.
Wall Street Journal Markets. September 18, 5:30 America, New York. When to buy now, pay later, and when to just pay now. For those who choose to pay in installments, make sure to read the fine print. Sometimes these services come with interest and sometimes they are interest-free. Wall Street Journal Markets. September 18, 5:30 America, New York. How Beijing's debt clampdown shook the foundation of a real estate colossus. In a risky race against time that ran for 2 decades, China Evergrande turned billions of dollars in borrowed money into the dream of homeownership for millions, but now the party has ended.
New York Times Business. September 18, 5 o'clock America, New York. 100 isn't a magic number, so why is it part of the vaccine mandate? The threshold of 100 employees adds to a patchwork of small business rules. It shows up in no other major small business laws. The reasoning behind the number is a mystery. New York Times Business. September 18, 5 o'clock America, New York. They shunned COVID vaccines but embraced antibody treatment. Championed by doctors and conservative radio hosts alike, monoclonal antibodies for COVID are in high demand, even from those who don't want a vaccine. Laura Jeffrey, 43, received an infusion of monoclonal antibodies at the Houston Methodist Hospital in Texas on Wednesday. New York Times Business. September 18, 3 o'clock America, New York. The unconventional weapon against future wildfires, goats. Lonnie Malmberg travels with a few hundred goats, which eat the tall brush and grasses that power western wildfires.
Marginal Revolution. September 18, 2:29 America, New York. Maybe the last sentence here is wrong? Barbarism is perhaps best understood as a recurring syndrome among peripheral societies in response to the threats and opportunities presented by more developed neighbors. Marginal Revolution. September 18, 052 America, New York. Ireland during World War II. The Republic of Ireland, of course, was neutral. I had not known these facts. 1. Irish were allowed to emigrate to Britain to work, but with assurances they would not be conscripted.
Armstrong Economics. September 18, 007 America, New York. iPhone 13. The post-iPhone 13 first appeared on Armstrong Economics. Armstrong Economics. September 18, 001 America, New York. Bill Gates lying. Let's be very clear. Gates has a huge stake in all the big vaccine companies. Marginally, if he makes just $1 per shot, he stands to become not only the richest man but the richest man in all of history.
Daily FX Market News. September 18, 000 America, New York. Japanese yen forecast. JPY crosses IBOJ. CPI as haven flows bolster yen strength. The Japanese yen is eyeing the upcoming Bank of Japan rate decision and CPI figures, but JPY crosses will likely remain dependent on broader market sentiment.
BBC News Business. September 17, 2054 America, New York. Gas price rises prompt urgent government talks. There are concerns the high price of wholesale gas could have a far-reaching impact on the economy. Wall Street Journal Markets. September 17, 2002 America, New York. Wynn Resorts, Kroger, Robinhood, stocks that defined the week. Here are 7 major companies whose stocks moved on the week's news.
Daily FX Market News. September 17, 2000 America, New York. Australian dollar outlook. Commodities weigh on AUD, USD. Eyes on FOMC, RBA minutes. The Australian dollar remains hostage to commodity market gyrations, as low interest rates are unable to attract buyers. Will yields go higher to turn the AUD, USD around?
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. September 17, 1923 America, New York. private astronauts float through orbit with video calls, cold pizza, Earth views. SpaceX says it plans to land crew in the waters off Florida just after 7 p.m. on Saturday. The Library of Economics and Liberty. September 17. 1911 America New York, Wagner's and Weitzman's bathtub analogy. In a comment by Daniel Reeves on a recent post by my co-blogger Brian Kaplan, Reeves claims that I ignored the bathtub analogy in Gernot Wagner's and Martinell. New York Times Business. September 17. 1814 America New York, Tim Cook faces surprising employee unrest at Apple. Hundreds of current and former Apple workers are complaining about their work environment, a rarity for the once tight-lipped company. When employees return en masse to Apple and RSQUO's campus in Cupertino, California, they may find a more activist workplace. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. September 17. 1730 America New York, U.S. safety agency to probe fatal Tesla crash in Florida. The National Transportation Safety Board said its investigation would focus on the operation of the Tesla Model 3 car in a post-crash fire.
Wall Street Journal Markets. September 17. 1705 America New York, Kyrgyzstan blocked from London gold trading over missing bars. The decision likely stops gold-dependent Central Asian economy from selling bullion in international precious metals hubs, traders say. BBC News Business. September 17. 1701 America New York, unpaid state pension, I'm disgusted by delays. Thousands of people who have turned 66 have not been paid their state pensions and they are furious.
Forex Live. September 17. 1635 America New York, Forex Live America's FX News Wrap. US dollar stays strong into the weekend. Forex news for North America trading on September 17, 2021. Markets. Gold down $1 to $1,752 US 10-year yields up 4.3 bits per second to 1.376%. WTI crude oil down 59 cents to $72.01.
New York Times Business. September 17. 1616 America New York, two men plead guilty in pelvic mesh implant scheme. The scheme was one of the more unsavory sides of the case against a half-dozen manufacturers of pelvic mesh including Boston Scientific and Johnson & Amp. Johnson. A sample of transvaginal mesh used to treat women for pelvic floor disorders and incontinence.